YouTubers, how are we all doing? Really well, I hope. Oh god, this is going to keep going dark, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to prepare my lunch while having a little chat with you so I can get this uploaded before I pop out this afternoon. Just give me a minute. For those of you who've just joined my channel, my name, that is, I'm Jan Silver. I'm 44 years old and I have been video logging my journey to and beyond a gastric bypass. Which most of you already know. I had, it's 6 weeks, it's my Surgeversary. Oh yeah, 6 weeks since my bypass. Can you Adam and Eve it? Hardly. Oh, this halloumi is really sticky today. Ooh, it's a bit gross on my fingers. Let me cut it up and get it on, and then, I need to wash my hands first, sorry. Oh, I'm in a bit of a dizzy one today. So yeah, 6 weeks ago today, I've had a good walk this morning. I've gone out and done my 10,000 steps this morning, but my back is slightly twinging again, and I've actually, where I've been pounding the pavements, I've actually hurt my shin. I don't quite know how when you're just walking, and it's not like I'm going into a jog or anything major like that, so here's another freeze frame for you, Hannah. I'm a gilla gilla. No, I'm a halloumi killer. So yeah, I'm just about to have some halloumi and salad. Thank you everybody for the comments yesterday. You know, I kind of said if this gets boring and blah, 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 if I'm rambling or waffling and it's not about weight loss, kind of let me know, because you know, I do want to know. I don't want anyone to sort of watch this and go, oh, for God's sake, she's about it again. And I had my funniest comment yesterday, or last night actually, on one of my videos from a man. I think his name's, I know I'm not going to mention his name actually, he doesn't deserve a shout out because I'm not quite sure what he means. He asked me, I should have taken a picture, I'll have a look on my phone in a minute. He asked me if, with my weight something, are my feet big? Why? Why would you want to know if my feet are big? What the hell's it got to do with you? A bit like the whole drug thing, you know, Mark. If you've got a foot fetish, bleh, put your teeth back in. If you've got a foot fetish or something along, fetish, oh my God. A foot fetish or something along those lines, there are sites for that. Go to that. This is about weight loss surgery and ramblings and wafflings of my life. So thanks for asking, but my feet are not elephant feet. I don't think they've been weighing me down all these years. It's the rest of my body. So that was like, I don't know, I guess the more followers I get, the more I have to expect this with YouTube, because you're not always going to get nice people like you guys watching. I'm going to get some trolls and, you know, whatever. And I'm just going to, I'll just cope with it. So as for my feet, none of your bloody business, mate. Nothing at all. So what else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, it's a bit of a kind of a confessional. While I'm here, I do realise people that have lost a bit of weight, they talk about your vaggie neck, which is just a bit like having a vagina. Obviously, if I was to hold you up here, I wouldn't have a veggie neck, would I? But I'm not holding up there because I'm cooking. Well, I'm not really cooking, I'm just doing halloumi for my salad, which I'm burning nicely. Luckily, YouTube isn't smell-o-vision, is it? So yeah, I've been hooked on YouTube since my journey, really, I guess. And I'm struggling to find enough YouTubers out there that I want to watch and I want to follow their journey. And the people that I do maybe don't vlog daily. So anyway, I got into this, how can I put it? No, somebody on one of my Facebook page had put that they'd been magnet fishing in Newbury. And I was like, magnet fishing? What's that? I wonder what that means. And basically, this guy was in trouble because he puts a great big magnet on the end of a rope and he throws it in the canal, reels it in, like just pulls it in, and whatever's on it is on it. And you know, this guy, the reason he was on the Facebook page is because somebody was complaining. He'd fished up a shopping trolley, a bike, you know, numerous bits and pieces. But apparently he had told the council that this is what he was doing and that they had agreed and said, look, you know, whilst you're doing that, we'll come along and clear the mess up from the towpath, which is all good and well, but I don't think they did. But anyway, I'll try and cut a long story short. I was kind of like, wow, I wonder what else they find, you know. I'm really intrigued with things like that. So he does have a Facebook page. So, you know, and he wants people to go along and join him. I'm not sure I'm prepared to do that. But whilst I was looking at his Facebook page, because I'm interested to see exactly what he'd found, there was something else that came up on there, which is called river larking. Have any of you guys ever heard of river larking? I hadn't, and I am now... My new obsession is watching YouTubes of people river larking, and these are the foreshores in London. By the way, all of you that live there, really bloody lucky, because I'd be down there every morning at the tide, the minute the low tide was down. People are basically on the foreshores, and they are just looking amongst all the debris and the stones and the crockery that's down there, and they're finding things like pipes that were made in the 1700s and little relics and antique things. Oh, I love it. I'm so fascinated, and probably not something I would have admitted years ago. I'm way too cool for that kind of stuff, you know. But actually, I want to ask my husband if he'll take me to London on Saturday, so I can just walk along the foreshore. I've never thought about it before. But, you know, these people, because the tides are coming in and out, it's actually washing up things constantly. And I'm like, oh my God, I so want to do that. I want to find a little pipe. I want to find a bit of history, you know, and I watch somebody else. I mean, God, does this make me boring? I don't know. But I find it interesting. This other guy was going along and picking up bits of crockery, and there was some from the Roman times. I mean, goodness sake, imagine if they could tell a story, what they've seen, and bits of jewellery or garnets at a certain point in the river. So, yeah, watch this space, people. I may very well become a river lark. You never know. If my back holds out, that's my only issue, isn't it? Bending over to bloody well pick up stuff. But anyway, I can see myself doing that, especially when we got the motorhome. And then that leads on to something else, because I've always wanted a metal detector, and Howie said to me last night, why don't you just go and buy one? So I'm actually going to go to Maplin's today to just have a little look. I'm not sure how I get on with it, and maybe it'll be one of those things that you purchase and you never really use, but I think I want to give it a try as a little hobby, especially as we're going to be going around the coast, you know, in our motorhome. It'll be good fun. And I, you know, in Singapore, when we lived there, I actually loved the beaches there, even though there wasn't much on them. Still, a lot of mess was washed up each day, and it was mainly flip-flops and things like that. And it, you know, my brain wants to be artistic and creative, but it really isn't. I can't do stuff for toffee. But I collected all these flip-flops that were washed up on the beach one day, and I made this huge flip-flop. It wasn't very good, but you know, it's just that I just wanted to do something with them, and then I bagged them all up and binned them. But yeah, there was hundreds, absolutely hundreds, and I think I called the album on my Facebook page "The Lost Souls of Singapore." But that's how bored I was there. Well, I say bored, yeah, looking for things to do. I love photography, but I went on a course once, and the minute he started talking numbers, psh, I'm out of there. You know, I just have I have something against numbers, unless it's money in my wallet, obviously. Then I'm not against that at all. So yeah, I just thought I'd tell you about my new YouTube obsession. I've been watching river larking, and if you haven't and you fancy that kind of thing, just Google it. There's a girl, Nicola something, I can't remember what her full name is, and she does it quite regularly, and the stuff she's found is absolutely fascinating. So yeah, there's my confession today of I used to be quite a cool person, but clearly I'm not anymore. Sorry, not sorry at all. Weight wise, I have to say I got on the scales this morning and I have come down to 102.2. only another 2.2 kilos to get under that 100. So I'm definitely heading in the right direction. And as I keep saying, that really, really chuffed me. And that was a good start to my day, really. And hence I've done already 12,500 steps. So yeah, I look a bit better today. Hair done, bit of slap on, you know, and it's pissing it down with rain again, but at least I've had my walk. I seem to keep dodging the rain, which is not a bad thing at all. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. Lisa, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lisa. Happy birthday to you. I hope everybody's really well and they all have an absolutely lovely day. Liz, I think you're amazing, by the way. I think you're amazing talking about your son who's going through cancer treatment. You're obviously a really brave lady and you've obviously got good support around you with your husband and everything. So I kind of admire you for that, for talking about it, you know, because I know it's not easy and I know that's a real challenge in your life. It is in anybody's life, and the cancer's just a, what can we put it as? It's a motherfucker is what it is. And it will affect some of us during our lives at some point. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little shout out to you and say I think you are absolutely amazing, and I'm sure your little boy's just got the best mummy in the world. So anyway guys, have a lovely day. If you haven't already, click like and subscribe, and I will chat at you again tomorrow. And jump over to Instagram, give us a follow on there, Looking on the Lighter Side of Life. Bye guys. Bye.